Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we got the Xbox Series X, and I've had this for about a year, almost a year now. And here are some funny things I found about it, or more or less interesting things. I personally love this green little plating inside there. You can see with the lighting, it's not the best lighting, but you can kind of see it. And obviously, you can plug in your keyboard. Let's hear that. And another thing you could probably do, I'm going to show you can plug it into a PC. For example, I don't have it plugged in, but you can plug it into your PC. You can't plug it into but you can plug it into your, whatever it's called, TV monitor and your keyboard. Like, kind of what I did, and the best thing is, all of your Xbox One custom controllers work with this thing, or at least most of them do, unless they have a separate wireless connection. And here's another thing. If you're worried about your E-Lite controller not working, well, problem fixed. You can use your E-Lite with the Series X. So you can also use your custom mics with any of these controllers, with any of the Series X controllers. And Series X controllers are, in my opinion, slightly smaller because it's a little bit harder to fit these on there. For a little example, I have an Xbox One controller and a Series X next to each other. And the Xbox One looks slightly bigger. Just a little example. I don't know if it's the color, maybe, but it does seem a little bit bigger than the Series X. Now, the E-Lite does seem a little bit more like the same size. I think that's because it has a grip on the side that obviously adds some weight. So, or not weight, but width and weight. Like, this is pretty light. This is ultra light. And this is really heavy, mainly because of its material. Here's my Xbox One. This is just a normal Xbox One. And it's pretty nice. And obviously it required this. Don't mind all the dust. It just hasn't been cleaned in a while. So, yeah, and then here's this. And that's obviously a lot bigger, but you can also lay it down on its sides from these little things right here. So yeah, the thing is, you can use all your 4K HDR TVs with your Series X, unlike the older Xbox Ones where it didn't look as crisp. So yeah, I use a Roku TV TCL, and it's pretty just a standard 4K HDR, also HDR10. Yeah, here's my favorite headset for it. That's the Recon 200s, and I did a little review on those. And your Xbox One charger can still work with the Series X. You can see the Series X does fit on there. It's blinking to show it's charging. Now it's off. Now I took it off. So yeah, I actually don't have the original Xbox One controller because, let's just say I got a little mad playing Fortnite, you know, Fortnite. Yeah. So the buttons are the same. Everything's pretty the same except for the share button and the new style of the D-pad. Except this, honestly, look at these two. They look pretty similar. Especially, it's not a share button, but I honestly think that the Series X is kind of an E-Lite controller. What do you think? Here's the bottom. I do have a custom thing built on the bottom, but it's still pretty much the same bottom except for the extra grip. On here, obviously, there's paddles, so that's going to be different. All right, final conclusion. Should you buy an Xbox One over a Series X? Now, honestly, the Xbox One is still pretty worth it. There wasn't a super major update except for the graphics and load time and the new quick resume. But honestly, you can still use all your Xbox One games on this, so I feel like for $500, if you can find one, for $500, it's pretty worth getting. Or you can get that Series S, which is also pretty good. Now, if you try and look for a cheap Xbox One on eBay, you could probably find some pretty good ones. Just make sure they work. Make sure you can get a refund on them because, you know, don't buy a non-working Xbox One. So, yeah. So, is it worth getting the Series X? Yes. If just, you know, I'm pretty sure it can do 8K. But we know it can do 4K, so yeah, I would say get a Series X. Thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next one. Bye.